Hello, I'm your host, Dorothy Bocor, retired special education teacher, administrator, and adjunct professor, and most importantly, a parent who taught her dyslexic son to read 50 years ago. I was trained and mentored by the legendary Nina Traub, and many of the materials I'll be showing you today were developed with her guidance. Welcome to Climbing with Phonics channel podcast. In this session, we're diving into the most essential tools for teaching with the Orton-Gillingham approach. Whether you're a parent, tutor, or teacher, you don't need fancy gadgets, just smart, proven tools that support structured, multisensory instruction. Let's walk through what you need. Phonogram cards. These are small cards, often index card sized, that have letters or letter combinations on them. For example, a card for each single letter, A to Z, then cards for common digraphs like SH, CH, TH, AI, OO, etc. On the back, they might have a keyword and picture like the letter A, apple, as in short letter A sound. You use these in daily reviews, like flashcards. Students might also have their own set to practice with. They're great for quick drills and can be shuffled in different orders so the student doesn't just memorize a sequence. Many OG programs provide a set, or you can make your own. The Climbing with Phonics manual available at our website contains flashcards with rules on the back. Magnetic letters, or letter tiles. Having a tactile way to build words is a cornerstone of OG. Magnetic plastic letters on a small whiteboard or refrigerator, or letter tiles on the table. Some sets even have tiles for digraphs like TH stuck together. Allow students to physically move letters as they segment and blend sounds. For instance, if the word is chat, the student can pull down CHAT tiles, arrange them, and then touch each and say the sound, then blend. It turns reading into a hands-on puzzle. You can get these in teacher stores or online fairly cheaply. Some folks use Scrabble tiles in a pinch, sand tray, or textured writing surface. This can be as simple as a shallow tray or box lid with a layer of sand, salt, or even rice. The student writes letters or words in it with their finger as they say the sound. The rough texture creates a strong sensory memory. Alternately, some use textured paper or fabric, like felt or sandpaper letters, to trace. This is particularly useful when introducing new letters or for a student who needs reinforcement with certain tricky letters, BD confusion, for example, tracing each with a saying like B has a bat before the ball. It's low cost and has a high impact. Notebooks and writing paper. Each student typically has an OG notebook. In it, they might have sections. One for notes on rules, like a page where they write down C before E and I and Y say the S sound. One section for lists of words they've learned, and one for their written dictations. Keeping all this together lets them review on their own or see progress. Using wide-ruled or graph paper can help some students keep their writing aligned and neat. Primary paper templates are available in our Climbing with Phonics manual. Decodable readers. These are books or short stories that are controlled for phonics. That means they include words made up of patterns the student has learned. For example, an early decodable book might have sentences like, Sam is mad at Dad. Dad had a nap. Using only short vowels and simple consonants. As skills increase, the stories include more complex words. Decodable texts are crucial so that students can practice reading in context without running into frustrating walls or words they haven't been taught. There are many sets available, often called phonic readers or decodable texts. Having a collection of these ebooks or printed booklets in your toolkit allows you to give students real reading practice at each stage of learning. In our courses resources and on the Climbing with Phonics website, you'll find decodable ebooks you can use. For instance, stories that coincide with each Climbing with Phonics software or manual lessons focus. Word lists and worksheets. It's useful to have pre-made word lists for each phonics pattern, so you're not brainstorming on the spot. These lists include real words and sometimes nonsense words that the student can read or spell for practice. Likewise, simple worksheets that reinforce patterns, like a page where you choose the correct word to match a picture or fill in missing letters, can provide extra practice in a different format. They're also something students can take home for homework or additional reinforcement. Many OG resources provide Blackline Masters for such activities, also available in our Climbing with Phonics manual. Syllable cards or color tiles. When students get to breaking longer words, having visual aids to mark syllable breaks is helpful. For example, small curved arches, like the shape of a rainbow, cut out of paper to place under syllables, or just using a pencil to scoop under each syllable. Also, separate cards labeled with syllable types, closed, open, magic E, etc., can be handy for reference. Some teachers use different colored index cards for prefixes, roots, and suffixes. Students can assemble big words by putting, say, a green prefix card plus blue root card plus yellow suffix card together to literally build a word like replay with an ing ending. Timers and tracking charts. A simple kitchen timer or stopwatch can be used for fluency drills, like, let's see how many words from this list you can read in 1 minute. Some kids enjoy the game aspect of trying to beat their score. Also, consider using a progress chart or graph for motivation. For example, chart their reading fluency over time or the number of sight words mastered. Visualizing progress is encouraging for students who otherwise might feel like it's endless. Rewards and motivators, stickers, stamps, a point system. These are optional, but many teachers have a little reward system to keep kids motivated, especially for younger ones. It could be as simple as earning a sticker for each lesson that goes on their notebook cover, or a fun pencil as a reward after mastering a set of phonograms. Celebrating successes is important, and having tangible tokens can make it more concrete. Flip card activity, using a 3-ring loose leaf book. One of my favorite hands-on tools for teaching blending and word construction was a custom-made flip card book. Here's how I made it. I took a stack of bond paper, punched holes using a standard 3-hole punch, and then cut each page vertically into 3 equal sections. Each section became a flappable strip within a 3-ring binder. On these strips, I wrote single letters or letter combinations, 1 on each section. When assembled, this made a flip book where students could rotate individual sections to form new words. For example, first strip, the letter B, middle strip, the letter A, last strip, the letter T. Together, they spell bat. By flipping the middle strip to change the vowel, students can create new words like beat, B letter O, then T, making the word but, or even boat, using a digraph like OA on the middle strip. This simple tool helps build phonemic awareness, decoding skills, and confidence in blending. I even repurposed a photo album with 3-ring pockets, cutting them into 3 vertical sections. Each pocket held a letter flashcard, making it easy to individualize the words by student level. Games, using the flip book. My favorite classroom game using this flip book was Spelling Bee. I selected words based on each student's current ability level and flipped the letter cards accordingly. Students would then read or spell the word presented. Another engaging game was baseball phonics. I drew a baseball diamond on the board with bases and split the class into 2 teams, window team and door team. I tracked each team's runs and outs as we played. As the pitcher, I used the flip book to display a word. The student at bat had to blend the letters to read or spell the word correctly. A correct response meant a hit or run, depending on the level of difficulty. For instance, one student might be asked to blend a simple CVC word like cat, while another tackled more advanced blends like bleach. These activities not only reinforced decoding and encoding, but also brought joy, energy, and motivation into the classroom. Climbing with Phonics software. For just $38, you get access to 71 fully interactive OG lessons, phonics games, and decodable ebooks. Each lesson follows a step-by-step structure from letter recognition to contextual reading, with built-in feedback, modeling videos, and even background learning music to enhance memory. This is a complete, multisensory OG program that's affordable, accessible, and proven. Visit climbingwithphonics.com for phonogram cards, word lists, readers, worksheets, and all the digital tools mentioned here. These are the same materials I've used to transform literacy instruction, and now they're available for you. Thanks for joining me. See you in our next session. Until then, keep climbing.